Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, wherever you happen to be. Welcome to another edition of the Living World of Darkness Rage Across New York. The scene is set within actually, it's a trailer office on one of the construction sites that Alan's kinfolk, kinfolk own. The kinfolk construction yard. Starting again. The structure currently being built is a small little residence that will go ahead and blossom into, um, well, to be quite frank and quite honest, because that's the only thing we can be at the moment, it's a project. It's for low income housing, and Alan, for his part, is kind of kicking himself. This was not the kind of contract that he actually wanted to get, but it's what happens when you have to scrape by, and that's what happens when you devote some of your workforce entirely to digging a ditch. You miss out and lose opportunities to go ahead and further your own means, or at least be able to pick shit that you want to pick up. But in any case, Alan has gone ahead and called ahead to Miss Cinnamon Harris to come to this address, come to this trailer, and sort of give him a debrief on what exactly has been going on. She has been tasked by him to. That's a fail. Tasked by him to go ahead and find some more information about two particular characters. One of which was Miss Joyce Roke, or I should say Dr. Joyce Roke, and the other one being Dr. Sarah Black. But we will go ahead and begin the scene with Miss Cinnamon Harris, who is played by Saskia, who continues to distract me in the side chat.
Sure, I did.
Yes, you did. You totally distracted me.
I totally distracted you. It's what I do. It's my life's rejoice. Yeah. Um, Sina is walking up to the construction site. She has a big uh, cup of takeaway Starbucks in her hand, and she seems to be distracted a little bit. There's some black circles around her eyes, but other than that, she still has a smile on her face. She walks up to whatever the address was that she agreed on meeting Alan. Backpack still on her back as usual, with the photo camera and the tablet and all her computer stuff. Um, she looks around on a construction site, which is slightly odd. But sure. Looks around if she actually sees Alan or if he's inside or.
Um, you come to the yard. There's a big gate. You notice that one of the gates is being attended to one of the kinfolk that you would understand as being employed by Alan. The kinfolk notices you, calls you out. Are you here? What you here for?
Looking for Mr. Stewart.
All right. He goes ahead and shakes his head. All right. Any way you could come in some other day? Mr. Stewart is not doing well.
I don't care.
He goes ahead and looks at you quite sternly. I don't think you understand. He is not well at the moment.
No, wait. I don't think you understand. He had an appointment. He made that appointment with me, okay? He called to me, not me to him, he to me. Yeah? So I'm here. I don't care if he's not doing well. We all have our bad days. Now, I might not be doing so very well, and I'm a little annoyed. So just let me go there. Yeah?
You, he looks at you. He simply says, "You have an appointment?"
Why you think I would be here on this fucking dumpster?
I don't know, ma'am. Sometimes people just get very, very curious. What's your name?
Cinna.
Cinna what?
Cinnamon Harris.
All right, wait there. The kinfolk is going to go ahead and run on off to a one of the sides of the trailer. Go ahead and knock. He very, very curiously peeks in. There's a lot of loud yelling.
And Cinna will just walk after him, because I failed my willpower and impatience.
Okay. You hear even more yelling, this time more discreet. I mean, much more profound than you would. It simply goes by, I don't care. I don't care. Send her away.
And she'll walk up behind the kinfolk, kind of pushes him aside, not necessarily wanting to hurt him, but just be like, get out of the way.
Fair enough.
And she's actually just gonna open the door, if that's okay, unless it's locked, of course.
No, 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 no. Well, the door was open. The kinfolk was yelling into it. You heard from inside, just send her away. You go ahead and push the kinfolk. You hop on up. I'm going to assume you slammed the door right behind you because that seems like it's appropriate for the moment.
Yeah.
All right. Inside, you see a rather disheveled and not quite well groomed Alan Stewart. He looks at you and says, "Oh,
You rang.
currently, the desk is filled with paper, coffee, cigarettes, all manner of low-grade vices. Strangely enough, he has not busted out the alcohol quite yet. To your right, you see the coffee maker currently blasting on full. It's like at least 8 cups of fresh coffee, fresh piping hot coffee right there. Ellen is cupping his own, sipping it to himself. Oh,
Cinna will walk to the desk and she'll grab a cigarette, light it. What do you want? And why do you make an appointment if you're then going to send me away? I know I'm not one of those awesome people like you guys are. I still have a schedule. I still have a life. I'm trying to get my work done as well.
sit.
Say what?
No, he just points at a chair. Sit.
I'm fine where I'm standing. She still leans against the desk. Want coffee?
Just go ahead and look at you. Okay. Let's try to make this quick and get on with the rest of our lives. Right. I sent you to go get some information for me. What progress have you made?
Not as much as I wanted. Sorry. Damn it. I did not find anything on Joyce O'Rourke yet. Still looking for it, but drawing blanks. Found something on the Black, Sarah Black. Found a LinkedIn account. They're officially married. No photos though. Studied University of Washington. Went to school in Seattle. Studied theology, psychology. Got names of her mom and dad. Dad's named Jonathan Black.
Hmm?
She has a brother,
What's the brother's name?
Cyril.
Cyril.
Yeah, Cyril.
Okay.
Parents both died. One in fire and one in a heart attack.
When?
Couldn't find. It's a while ago.
What now?
While ago. Don't know
5,
exactly how long.
10 years?
I would have to. That might actually help if we have someone who has contacts in with the police or something. I don't know. She published several
Robody,
pieces.
robody, road body.
Ah,
I do apologize.
damn it! It should be good.
Just lower down your bandwidth. We'll be fine.
I'll do so. Damn it.
All right.
Better?
Last thing that a little better, little better. Um, Last thing that I heard from you with clarity was um, somebody burning in a fire.
Uh,
Somebody what now?
Parents. One of them, they're both dead. One of them died in a fire, and the other one from a heart attack. But
How
that
close
was
together?
don't know. Um, doesn't seem to be doesn't seem to be related from what I see, but it's like the heart attack was brought on by complications with medication, not necessarily. Got the name of his doctor though.
Okay. What's the name of the doctor?
Hands him the name of the doctor.
Okay, fair enough. Are these all your notes?
I just got a few papers
Mm-hmm.
that she published,
Okay.
and then there has been a kind of blackout for 3.5 years or so. Like nothing, no papers, no articles. And after that time, she did write something for a mental health magazine and advice column later on. Eh,
Mm-hmm.
that's it mainly. I'm looking into the brother now.
All right. What have you got on the brother at the moment? Just the name?
Yeah, just the name. I said I'm looking on it. Didn't say I have any info yet.
Okay, fair enough. Just from what you've got right now, what can you tell me? Just summarize it. What am I looking at here? Who is this woman?
Um, well, the interesting thing is that Black seems to be a real family name. I mean, father, brother, herself makes sense. Mother sounds like from India or Pakistan or something like that. Doesn't necessarily sounds like an American name though, but I think the parents are legit. I'm wondering about the brother because all the everything was left to him, nothing to her when the parents died.
Okay.
So that's something interesting. Of course, the 3.5 year period, interesting.
Could be an indication where Miss Black went ahead and disappeared for a while, and it could be that this ID, this persona, was grabbed by what we're thinking of Miss Black.
Yeah.
Hmm, or could be for like 3 years she was more involved in the nation, or for those 3 years she was just it would have to occur through some transitionary period. Either her joining the nation, which doesn't really make any sense because she'd have to be a lot younger, or her ditching from the nation, trying to find a new way of life, or it could go back to the original idea. This could just be an ID that somebody took, that woman who's calling herself Black took. But interesting.
Hmm.
What is the name of the mother? What is the maiden name of the mother?
Um, don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but Shilpa Nasir.
Shilpa Nasir. That might be a name that rings true. If she is one of the tribes, then perhaps one of her tribe mates within the Sept would know that name a lot better. Hold on. It's definitely well, married to, blah blah blah. Studied, mother. Ah, nope. Okay. This is your body of is this excuse me. Is this the only copy you've got?
No, I got most of it like on my tablet and on my laptop.
Shit. This is what I suggest. I suggest that we only keep one copy and we keep it close to myself. How about that?
It's on the internet. I found it on the internet.
Okay, fair enough. It's just that somebody went ahead and found you and looked at your tablet and realized that you were looking into this particular character. They might, ask questions or alert them.
If someone has find me, and they would even smell me, apparently, I can already be at risk.
This is true. However, I don't want them to easily be able to pick something off from you without you noticing.
Like, I want to keep the info because if I want to continue on searching, then it would really help if I know what I already have. Now, how about this? I'll put it on a separate media memory card, and I'll keep that one in the mansion so that it won't be on my person. It will be safe because you know that mansion, well, you know who lives there.
Yep, been there before. I think that's good. I'll go ahead and take this copy from my own records. How about that?
Sure.
No, seriously, what do you think about this one? She. Yep, Alan at this moment, he. It looks like he hasn't been sleeping, although you have been suffering from this affliction for quite a deal longer than him. You'd probably be able to pick out exasperation, frustration, stress. The fact that he's trying to supplement with caffeine tells you even more.
Hmm. Yeah. She'll just have a look through the information. I don't know. I have not met this one. I don't know. On paper, this looks legit enough. Can I use some of that coffee?
Sure, go ahead and take it.
Awesome.
Then sit down.
Shh. Fine. By the way, you're one to talk. You look like a train wreck.
This body is really, really resilient.
A very resilient train wreck, then.
It's just he goes ahead and taps on the desk a little bit. Never get into politics. Never ever get into politics.
Why?
Because there's always somebody with a bigger stick than you that's more than willing to swing it, even when they don't rightly deserve it, and even when you yourself are throwing a lot more into the cause than they are. Sometimes you just wake up and you just think it's not worth it.
Yeah, that's usually the case when you set a big goal. That's why I always try to go for smaller goals to finally fulfill, hopefully, a bigger goal. Don't aim too high all at once. Slow steps, you know?
Yeah, I know people that want to go ahead and jump to the front of the line when it comes to a lot of these problems and claim victory, and that's not the way the world works.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of things in the world still work with who has the biggest mouth or who pays the most.
True enough.
This world sucks and it's not fair, but it's the world we have to live in and it's the world that will make it worthwhile.
Nah. It's not necessarily the world you have to worry about. It's the people that you actually care about. As long as you got a bunch of people around you that you can actually care about, it makes the world tolerable.
Yeah, I know. I guess. I don't know. Don't need.
Goes in and looks at you quite sideways. Come on, I thought you had learned some things.
I did. I'm not stupid.
No, I mean, of course you're starting to learn. Think, Gaia, you're starting to learn that shit. But I thought that you were gonna actually become part of a family, like for realsies.
Me, part of a family.
Well, it could only be good.
What family would I be part of? Honestly.
Mm, be a part of the biggest household on the sept. I mean, not the biggest as in numbers. I mean, the biggest as in the rich house, richest house.
With the bone gnawers?
No, I said riches, not quantity. Silverfangs.
As far as I understood that's not really something to be proud of.
Why not?
I don't know, it's what I've heard.
Yeah, of course, it's fantastic to be a Silverfang. They are the Alpha tribe. They are the leaders of the nation.
Well, I don't need to be part of the leaders. I'm more of an anti-leader. I
Nah,
go my own path and I choose my own way. If anyone
bunch
is.
of a bunch of iconoclasts happen to lead their own do movements. Believe me, you can say that you're an anarch all you want, but eventually you're going to go ahead and get a group of followers around you.
Well, if they are stupid enough to follow me, that's their choice. Besides, I'm nothing but a kinfolk.
Yeah,
I've learned that much.
yeah. People in this app don't know the valuable value of a good kinfolk or the relations that you build with them.
Is that my problem?
No, that's their problem. Goes ahead and shakes it. Oh shit! I swear to Gaia and Unicorn and all those spiritual brews that nobody in this sept actually wants to do something with the outside world. They're all stupidly insular.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay.
What's going on?
Um, do you know the situation with the tree on Long Island?
Heard something about it.
Really, nobody has given you a download?
Um, I heard we weren't allowed to eat fish because there's something with that tree and something with trench and spirits.
Makes sense. Goes ahead and slams his fist on the table. Next time you're ever curious about something that's going on in the Sept or Sept policies, please, please, please beg and plead to Morning Kill to go ahead and give you the summary. But I have my own story. Let's see. A few months ago, actually, in the beginning of the summer, we we had a giant conflict. The three battles for Long Island. You heard of it?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
it's the thing. It's the thing Travis likes to brag about, like, right? His plan and everything.
His plan. Shakes head. He made a plan. A plan wherein he made a plan, and we all got out successfully with no casualties. But that was because people rested on the shoulders of heroes of legend, such as those in the Striders of Ice and Concrete, such as those as Contemplate the Mercy, such as those as bear witness Travis Moran Raya himself, who was able to carry the last third of the battle party, and Kachina Christ, who was able to weather the slings and arrows of his own men thrown at him. Uh, Me and my pack, we went alone. We fought alone. We won first. We got out of there. We suffered the most. In any case, after the battle for after the three battles for Long Island, there was a great change in the Umbra, within the Penumbra. There was a spirit, a wild nature spirit that rose up, that was summoned by Mary Cabra, a fantastic theurge of the Black Furies, I believe. Yes, Black Furies. She and several other theurges, summoned this thing, this wild spirit, and sent it off to the very, very core of the Storm Eater, its aspect that had not been thrown away, that had not mutated, that had not given itself over as an aspect. No, it was the core of the being. They went ahead and fought in the umbral skies until eventually they settled on a location. And on that location, the Bane was finally put to sleep. And the wild spirit went ahead and created a tree around itself. And for a while, we thought that that would be it. Except, well, the months went on. The Sept got embroiled in its own business again. We were beset on all sides by worm forces again, and we weren't able to go back to the tree, go back to where the Storm Eater had been bound and put into slumber. The first we got of something horrible happening was a bunch of dove spirits, actually. Dove spirits that were pained, that were slightly tainted, that were fucked up beyond all belief, dropped themselves on my feet, and that was a turning point. Then we realized that we had done fucked up. We had forgotten and we had neglected to actually deal with Slumbering Bane. It was asleep, yes, but its influence was still quite strong. We'd have to do something more. It was asleep, but it needed to be bound. We were told by, well, your own mentor, Ronan Oak, that we had ought to have done this a while ago, and now we are facing the consequences. Um, well, I'm facing some of the consequences. My tribe mates are also facing the consequences.
Yeah, like Mother Larissa, right? And Gerard self.
Mother Relissa, Gerard, Loftsfinger, they took the full brunt of Gaia's wrath and cried blood. I know that much. A lot of us, we got secondary effects. Massive visions came over us. Really, really bad dreams, nightmares, stuff that keeps you up at night.
Hmm. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. But what are you gonna do? We've been
Well, I was kind of thinking about that after I saw, well, um, Gerard and saw how he woke up. It's not. It kind of upset me. Um, just a little bit. But made me think. I mean, you remember what Leah did, right? When I was having trouble sleeping.
Hmm. Her dream magic could possibly give him a measure of comfort.
Yeah, he doesn't want to take it for himself, of course. Um, but I was thinking maybe you also do something with dreams, right?
Um. Yes. I am of the dreaming moon.
So while I understand that it's for you would be rather difficult to take on those nightmares, I was also thinking that you guys can make these weird magic things, right? Like the bracelets that Leah makes, but also the things that Katori does with the
Fetishes and
spirits.
fetishes and talons, objects that have special powers because the spirit's bound into them. Yeah.
Hmm. Now, I was thinking, I don't know if it works like that because I'm an idiot on these kind of things, and I'll admit it.
You
But
have a mentor, Ronan Oak. Try to get back in touch with him. Jesus Christ, you're giving yourself a disservice by not.
well, I'm sorry, but he's kind of hard to reach, And I was just wondering if maybe you guys can work together to find something to kind of at least keep the pain away for people who need it, like Mother Larissa. I mean, what's happening to her is horrible, and if you guys can just make something that even if it would only help just a little for her, wouldn't that be of value?
Mm, definitely. There is some merit to what you're talking about. Just basically, what we need to do is we need to talk to Dream Spirits, Chimera, or we could go up to Chimera, his, her, its fucking self. We have a goddamn shrine to Chimera in the Sept. Oh dear God, probably be a thing to talk to. Might have to bribe a few stargazers to do it.
Like, oh, what's her name again? Uh,
Malin,
who? Oh,
Callie,
right,
Callie.
Kailani.
Oh
I met
yeah.
her. I never met Mei Lin. I heard her name mentioned. That she took care of Gerard's job when he couldn't. But I never really met her in person. Um, I was just thinking, hoping that maybe, with some creative solutions and stuff, maybe something could be done for you guys or for Mother L or for Gerard, even though he doesn't want it.
For G.
He doesn't like it.
I know he doesn't like it. You don't like to be called Miss Cinnamon Harris, though.
I don't like to be called Miss Cinnamon Harris, no.
Okay, fair enough. Something to look into. Actually seems like a great idea. For a while, I've been using my own stop gaps. I've been avoiding my dreams, to be quite fucking honest, by not sleeping and disappearing into somebody else's head.
Yeah, because that's the way to go. Seriously? I mean,
What?
not sleeping makes you facepalm your food.
Hey, I spent an entire week do an entire week on patrol, not sleeping, when I first got into the sept.
Still, in the end, it makes you facepalm your food.
That's what Callie did, I know that much.
Hmm. I'm sure she did. Actually, that's great. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
What else is Mr. Morningkill up to these days?
Um, I don't know much about what he does. He's trying to keep everything going. Be as good an alpha as he can be, I guess.
I assume
But
he has been in this situation before.
I don't know. He doesn't talk about his past very much, and well, I don't want to push him, you know?
You're currently sharing his household with him. He ought to share a little bit of himself. No, really, he ought to, because if he doesn't, well, things just get weird and awkward, and distance gets built up. And you don't want distance, not with somebody you care about.
There's no distance. Really, I we're just taking things slow because it's not, don't want to put too much pressure on him, you know?
How are you putting pressure on him? You live in the man's house.
Well, that by itself could be pressure enough.
Hmm. Maybe I'm just looking at this from my own perspective. In any case, Mr. Kill Raya is a-okay, except for some bad dreams. Awesome.
As far as I can tell, he's okay. Yeah.
Okay. And right now you're asking me if there's any way to offer him some sort of respite by making a Talon or fetish or dream catcher. My advice currently is maybe we talk to Chimera.
Okay. I'm not saying it needs to be for him. I know he doesn't want it, and but just he's not the only one having these issues, as you just pointed out. You have those issues. I guess some of the others have it as well. I don't know.
Any child Garu or kinfolk you talk to is currently having the same nightmare. Any Black Fury, Garu, or kinfolk is also suffering.
Well, there you have it. I thought of this when I did some, just some information gathering on dream catchers. Like, because I asked this to Gerard, and he was like, "No, I don't want to block my." Oh God, what was it again? I don't want to block my connection to the spirit world. That's what he said. That's why he prefers the nightmares. So I was thinking, okay, so you need to do this without actually blocking that connection off. But if you use a dream catcher, the dream catchers are sort of like a web that catch the bad dreams, but leave the good dreams to just, flow through. So that way, I don't know, maybe it could help.
If you build in an option to go ahead and review the bad dreams and the nightmares, it's a much better idea. Often spirits will give you omens and warnings in the nightmares that you're trying to block.
Fair enough, but you can still choose to not activate something, or, you know, give it to someone else for a night. I mean, for instance, what if we would be able to give this to Mother L, okay? What if she would actually be able to be the alpha again? Wouldn't that be better for the sept in total? I mean, we would just help one person, but we would help the entire sept as well. And then again, even if at that point, at some point, she's like, "Okay, give me those nightmares back because I need them for the information that they might have," then we could. I mean, even if we could kind of like let the dream catcher like go to anyone on a different night, it would still give you a full night of rest and not
And at
pain.
and at this point, Alan Stewart is getting himself a little bit of a drink, and he's still listening to you. He's just pouring himself a little bit of a harder drink. No, go on, go on.
Well, that's it actually. You know, I don't know what to do with it. As I said, I know he doesn't want it, even though I would want for him to have it. But um, I still thought that the idea itself might be something that could help out Sept. I just don't know who to talk to, and actually, I wouldn't even thought about it anymore. I can't really walk into Central Park that easy, you know?
He looks at you. Are you afraid the most terrible, terrible, terrible thing will happen should you step foot onto Sept grounds?
Maybe.
Do you feel like you're being watched 24/7 by an entity that you have no ability to predict?
I don't think I don't think it would be me, but it might be.
Has this been going on for a while?
Kinda.
Are you afraid to talk to anybody else about it because of the consequences that you foresee?
Always.
Is it the same situation with Leah?
Yeah.
Right, awesome. Don't need to care about this.
No,
Down the entire gulp of this very, very hard wine.
I didn't say you needed to.
Oh, but I had to determine that myself, my good lady. You want something to
Oh,
drink?
what do you have?
Let's see. We have a bit of bourbon. If you're more of a southern girl, we have some red wine that I drink from this coffee mug. We also have plain water, and of course, there's plenty of coffee.
Hmm. Between all those options, give me the bourbon.
Okay. He goes ahead and passes you a glass bottle full of bourbon in a small little shot glass.
She looks down on the shot glass. She's like, oh, okay. No, no.
And how is Miss Cinnamon Harris doing?
I'm peachy.
Peachy.
She slams the first shot backwards. Yeah, peachy. That's the right word. That's a really interesting word, by the way. Peachy.
Peachy. Peachy. Peachy weechy. Peachy cleany.
Yeah.
Peachy weechy. Fofichi. Banana nana. Fofifi. Peachy.
Yeah, you guys have such weird words sometimes.
What do you mean we have weird words? This is one of your words.
Well, peachy?
Yes.
Eh. I guess we have weird words.
Never get embroiled in politics. Ever. Never be the guy who has to lay down the law.
uh, what's that about? Since when do you do politics?
Since I got into this gosh darn sept, apparently.
Then just step out. If you don't do politics, politics don't do you, and even if they do you, you step out.
I've already got too much power and attention onto me. I can't back out now.
Well, that was your own decision at some point.
Meh.
Don't mammy, sir.
Nah.
Eh.
When you get down to it, you gotta look at everybody around you and decide if staying here is worth all the nonsense.
What are your options? Just go?
Nobody has gone ahead and denied that option to anybody.
No, which is a good thing, but I'm not. I don't know. Actually, I wouldn't go. It's weird.
Says the girl that went ahead and packed her shit up, walked away to the museum, and was headed to LaGuardia.
So I changed my mind. What's so wrong with that?
Oh, nothing wrong with that. It's just interesting how we change our perspectives just by time, I guess.
Yeah, time does weird things.
I think
Hmm.
I've asked you this once before, but what do you want out of this life?
What do I want? I don't know. Thought I knew.
Okay, what did you think you knew? I remember you talking about adventure. I remember you talking about exciting expeditions out into the Middle East. I remember you talking to me about a Jeep that broke down and all of the exhilarating nonsense that came along with that. You, my good lady, points at you, have exchanged that for something else, haven't you?
Maybe. I don't know. No.
Yes.
Well then, Mr. Smarty Pants, please inform me of my life's choices.
You're still here, even after all the fucking nonsense, even after figuring out that you're part of this crazy ass society.
Well, maybe that's my next adventure, you know? Learning to know this society that all of a sudden I became part of. It's not unrealistic, you know?
You're saying that I actually got through to you at one point or another. Awesome.
Sure, if that's what you want to believe.
Hmm. No, I'm pretty damn sure. Alan's gonna go ahead and rattle through the desks for a little bit. He brings out a piece of parchment. You can tell that there's something drawn on it, but he goes ahead and places it face down on the desk.
She'll look at it and being curious.
He's got his hand on it.
She's just looking back at Alan's face like, what's that? Why would you
Ugh.
grab it?
Say again?
Why would you? What is that
This is something that I found inside you.
inside me?
Mm-hmm. Bit a while ago.
Sure. Let's pretend for the sake of whatever the fuck you've been, I don't know, eating, drinking,
Smoking.
smoking, injecting. But let's for the fun, let's assume you're right and you found that inside me. Mm-hmm. Now what's on it?
Let's see. What's on that? What's on this? What's that? How do I describe this to you? Um, Fuck it. He just goes ahead and flips it over. There's a gem there, brightly colored. Hands it
She'll
over to you.
she'll look at it, bring it up to her face, study it more closely. She's like, that.
I think that's your heart.
Oh come on, Alan. I'm not into the uh, hippie thing per se. I mean, I like the idea of self healing and everything, and cleansing stuff and rituals, and yeah, it works. I mean, but I'm not really in the fortune telling and this stone like works for you, and or is your personal love stone, and if you
No, no, no. Yeah, woman. I couldn't pick a rock from some textbook, and I couldn't go to any quarry and pick up this rock. That's a rock I found in you.
You keep saying that. Okay, fine, I'll go along with this.
What have you done with your heart since the last time I've seen it?
Well, I hope it's still beating. If not, I would be dead. Other than that, I've done nothing. Well, no, no. Well, uh, okay, I'm kind of dating Morning Kill now, okay? I'm kind of dating Gerard.
I believe that information was already known to multiple parties.
Yeah, so I like him. Is that what you want to hear? Yeah, I do. So, does it do anything with my heart? I may hope not.
Have you meditated on the mantras I gave you?
No, meditating is boring.
Well, you don't necessarily have to sit down in order to do it. Just think and reflect on the mantras I gave you.
Hmm. When did you give me those?
Let's see. I went ahead and scared you off on the bus. I do remember that much.
On the bus. On the bus. On the bus. I can't remember really ever having you seen on a bus.
Have you forgotten that everybody deserves love?
Hmm. You really honestly believe that?
Meh, it's a good thought. What do you think about it?
I think everybody deserves a second chance. But hey, if they screw that up as well, I think people who are saying that everybody should be loved are hypocritic fools. There are definitely people who went down in history who no one would nowadays wish for any love except from the fiery pits of hell itself.
Yeah, but it's not really the default, is it? The default coming into this world is, hey, you're just alive. You haven't done anything wrong yet.
Yeah?
Why not? Why not? Why not give somebody love for the sake of love? Why not?
I don't know. Jesus. Look, you're really. You're not the only one who's tired, okay? You're asking a lot of questions that. Uh. Huh?
Well, maybe I think there are not many opportunities to ask these questions.
Okay. Does everybody deserve love? In theory, yeah. Practically speaking, every everything in the fucking world deserves love, but not everybody is gonna get it. So you can stand there shouting in the desert that you should deserve this, or you can just say, "Okay, this is the life. I'm taking whatever I can get from it."
Okay. Say you do find love in somebody or someone. Well, let's go with someone because that they'll be able to reciprocate love. Say you find somebody that actually reciprocates your love, and for one reason or another, that causes a lot of friction with a lot of your peers. What do you do then?
Well, there's always a choice. It's really simple. Either you continue or you stop. But it doesn't matter the choice that you're making. Doesn't matter. What matters is that you stick to it and you take responsibility for the choice you're making. That you realize the options.
Hmm. That you realize the options,
Yeah.
that you can justify to yourself all your terrible life decisions.
That you, if you go left, then don't go whining later on that you should have gone right and you didn't get the right signs and it was the fault of the weather, or that tree over there that pointed into the right direction and that seemed to be the wrong direction. And don't that's the thing. It's all, your entire life is about making choices and sticking to it. You can choose to find love and to stick with love, or you can choose to, I don't know, fulfill a higher destiny. Sometimes that means that you can still have the love. If you can have that, yay for you. If you can't, yeah, bad luck. You know?
Hmm. It's a healthy way to go about it. Most of the time, choices aren't all that extreme. Most of the time, it's just very, very small choices, very, very small
Yeah,
steps that
of
lead us
course.
towards one direction, north, south, east, west. It's the culmination of all these different small life choices that bring us to the situation we currently are now.
Yeah, but that's makes sense. I mean, for instance, I insulted Callie one day. Um, was she
Which was
mad?
hilarious.
Yeah, whatever. She was mad. I didn't even realize it. I mean, half of the time I call people bitch because that's just, it's just a word for me. It doesn't have anything extra. I still don't know why she gets pissed on it. She gets pissed on it. Um, I apologize. I stand and receive my punishment. I'm not mad at her. She's not mad at me. This is apparently the way things go. I chose to say those words. I could have not said them, but it was my action, my decision to say that at that time.
You don't go ahead and blame how hot the weather was. You don't blame the fact that you didn't have any breakfast that morning.
Or that I
Go
didn't know, or that I am just a kinfolk and she shouldn't punish me, or stuff like that. No, I'm not looking for a way out. I'll take responsibility for my actions. I don't, it doesn't necessarily mean that I don't agree with my actions.
meh.
And that's the same, I think, with love. I mean, you, fine. Everybody deserves love? Yeah, but there's always a choice. And in the end, it doesn't really matter which choice you make, but whether you stick with it.
No, that's romantic love. That's the romantic love. You get choices.
No, even in realistic love, you get choices.
No, you forget. You don't understand. Romantic love with a partner. That's where you have choices to grow up. What about those times when you're younger? You don't get choices.
Well, like loving your parents,
Parental love.
it's still a choice.
Really?
In a
Can you
way,
really look
yeah.
at a kid and say you got a choice?
No, kids don't realize that yet. Doesn't mean that you can't raise them with that realization. And even to a small child, you can
Oh my
say,
god, I wasn't even talking about that. Apparently, you're thinking about already siring a child.
"What?"
Congratulations. You're the one that brought it up.
I was talking about if you should have one, you can raise it with respect for a choice and taking responsibility. Me with a child would be insane.
Yeah, I know. So insane. Absolutely. You'd be the absolute worst mother ever.
Alan,
Say I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Because you can actually think about yourself being a mother.
No? Well, yeah, but it's my choice not to. I don't want to give up my freedom.
I didn't say anything about giving up your freedom. I'm just saying thinking about it. You can. Here's the thing. If you could say that I will not be a terrible mother, then what you're also saying is can think of a situation where I am a mother and I avoid a lot of the pitfalls of being a bad one.
I don't know that. I can't look into the future. I can tell which bear traps I would try to avoid, but that doesn't mean that I don't run in a thousand others. In the end, there is no right or wrong to raising a kid. There's just you trying your utmost best not to let this little fucker die.
Fair enough.
And when it doesn't die, you try to bump some, you know, values into the thing. But it wouldn't be for me. Too much
Why
hassle.
not?
Too much hassle. Too much. Ugh.
Blink, blink, blink. I'm practically a father to half the sept.
Well, that's your choice. I would not do that. I don't want to give up my freedom. I don't want to be responsible for others. I have enough trouble being responsible for myself for claiming that I have that responsibility.
Blink, blink.
What?
Nothing. Your dreams are weird.
My dreams are weird.
Very weird. Very strange. Often dream of doing the right thing, providing for the next generation, and yet here you are saying that you would never sire one.
No, I'm not a fool. No.
Just looks at you and lets the moment hang. Not judging. Sort of out of himself.
She'll stare out of the window. No, I wouldn't do that to any kid.
You always say that, and then, well, accidents happen.
Yeah. You know where accidents end up?
Blink.
Exactly.
Tell me.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Mm, I remember someplace cold.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Mm, I remember someplace cold, and I remember paw prints, no wolf prints, by my side with no wolf actually attached to them.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Fair enough. You don't have to obfuscate things with me. Oh, I am the Dreaming Moon. I am the highest ranking. Well, I shouldn't say highest ranking Dreaming Moon. I should say I am the most skilled Dreaming Moon in this sept.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's just go ahead and backtrack a little bit. I'm pretty sure there are a few stargazers that want that title.
Yet you claim it.
Me. I find myself exercising that particular ability more and more each night, and it helps with the nightmares at least.
What, the dream hanging around in other people's head?
Yeah, when your own dream space is kind of dark and clouded with all sorts of terrors and horrors, it's always nice to find another bubble over there and at least share the terror with somebody else.
Fair enough. We're not doing that right now, are we?
You are awake.
Thank you. It's sometimes a bit difficult to say with you.
Mm, I'm so glad you flatter me.
Yeah.
Suffice it to say, I have no more business with you, Cinna. But, eh, we could talk all length about dreams and nonsense like this. I don't think we're going anywhere. Thank you for the information.
Anytime, Alan. Anytime. If I find something else, I'll let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. She'll stand up and walk towards the door and then just look around. You're gonna be okay.
Never.
Can I do something to make you feel okay?
Thank you for the offer. If I think of something, I'll let you know.
One question. I'll answer as truthfully as I can.
Okay?
Bring it.
You, you want me to ask you a question?
Yeah. You've been asking a lot, and I know I've been avoiding a lot. I just don't like talking about me. So, here for, well, I don't know, us trying not to be at each other's throats all the time when we're having a conversation.
I'm sorry. I didn't know we were having. I didn't know we were at each other's throats. I'm sorry.
No, we're not, but I don't. You're dismissing me.
And
I have no further use for you, so fuck off. It's basically what you're saying. Now, I understand that this conversation was kind of talking in circles, so breaking open the circle. One question.
one question. One question. One question. He goes ahead and lays his head on the desk. Does it have to be a serious question, or can I ask you simply how you enjoyed the bourbon?
I would have answered that anyway. It's up to you.
How was the bourbon?
Um, I prefer Scottish whiskey, but it was nice.
Hmm. How's Leah doing?
She's. Last time I spoke with her, she was okay. Um, Apparently, people are giving Travis some bad shit. She seems to be affected by that. Um,
Travis got himself into a bit of a difficulty. Let's say that much. Except politics.
hmm,
He and I, we see different things more often than not. We both have different ideas about who or what is wrong and what ought to be corrected.
I see.
The issue of late is not directly related to me, but he and I serve under Travis's office. I'm his wormfo to his warden. So there you go.
Hmm.
And he is, I don't know anymore. He's paranoid. He's scared. He needs he needs something. He has seen a lot of issues run through this sept that have not been, well, either adjudicated well or dealt with to his satisfaction. And all I can say is, within a sept like this, it's not about resolving all the problems, it's about crisis management and what you can solve at the moment.
Hmm.
I don't know, somewhere along the way I did not give up my own conscience, although I probably should have at some point.
Why?
It's causing issues with certain operations. They're not being expedited as quick as some people would like
Just because your conscience is in the way?
because I'd rather have information and I'd rather investigate. I'd rather not just use my rage to guide me.
Well, I think that's a good thing. I mean, I'm a journalist. I prefer to find information. So don't don't, don't let people give you crap. I mean, sure, things may take a little longer, but the way I see it, it's kind of like handing out the death penalty, you know? Death penalty, it's so cool. I think it's stupid.
You
It's
have
like,
no idea how accurate you're being to the situation right now. No idea.
okay, no, I don't. I don't know if I want to know. But the problem with condemning someone to death is that it's really, really hard to rewind this. Like, impossible. So, if you judge too quickly without having a full grasp on the information, and you condemn someone to death because of that lack of information, you later find out, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done this. Well, you can say, oh, sorry, I shouldn't have done it. But in the end, there's nothing you can do to pay back. Well, that's a responsibility that I would not wish to take.
Do you know somebody who is taking that responsibility onto themselves?
No, not that I know of. It's just that there is a what I've understood from the nation and everything, and what I see, or what I've seen the past few months. People judge so quickly, and maybe that's me, who just sees the wrong things at the wrong times.
We judge very, very quickly for our own safety.
I think there should always be I don't know, the option shouldn't always need to be death. It's like it's always 50%. It's like either you live or you die. It doesn't really matter what the evidence is. If we think you are a bad person, then you deserve to die. I'm sorry. It's not necessary. I mean, I understand that, especially here in the States, you guys kill bad people. You guys defend nature, and therefore you kill bad things. But part of me always has the feeling that it might be better to see if we can find something different to offer to people.
You should talk to unicorn more often. Somebody has to. Nowadays, that isn't a total douche nozzle about it.
I barely know how to get into the fucking Umbra, let alone talk to a spirit. I mean, the only spirit that I've ever seen up close and personal was something that Roanoke summoned, and I gave a lot of gnosis, what you call it, to it, but that's just because he gave it to me first, like Roanoke did, and I can't do that much. I don't know how that stuff works, so
I will, at some point, go ahead and summon your heart guide. I am very interested in what your heart guide is.
heart guide.
A heart guide is it is a spirit of unicorn's brood. Each creature of Gaia, each child of Gaia, and in the broader sense, children of Gaia, each different Garu and different kin, each mortal, each creature has its own heart guide. It is unique and distinct to the creature of the earth that it represents. It comes from the children of Gaia homeland.
Okay,
One day I will summon this heart guide for you.
cool.
You notice that
Um,
he's got a really, really fucking far off stare. You stoners, like, peaceful on stoner mode at the moment.
just try and get some rest, I guess, Alan. Okay,
Yes, that is my name.
just go the fuck to sleep.
You are not Samuel L. Jackson.
No, I know. That doesn't mean that he wasn't right when he said that. You need your rest as well as anyone else does.
How much do you love Morning Kill?
Uh, I, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you rescinding the invitation to ask any question and be brutally honest with it?
No, I'm. Jeez. I don't know. Really?
Okay. What if circumstances were in such a way that you continuing a relationship with Morning Kill caused unto trauma, strain, scandal, whatever have you?
I don't really care about scandal, but such weird questions. I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't want to hurt him like deliberately. So I guess that would mean that it depends on yeah his side. I guess. I don't know.
I've been asking a lot of questions. What about you?
I the questions I had, I asked. I asked why I was here. You wanted to have the information. You got the information. I asked about the spirit and the the dream thingy. He said, "Go talk to this and the spirits." I'm like, I don't know how that works, but I'm sure I'll find someone, or maybe if I come with a proposition for something, I don't know. Maybe Roanoke or Kotori or anyone might help me talk to them. And other than that, I don't really have much questions.
Fair
Yes.
enough. If you find yourself within the penumbral reflection of Central Park, you ought to go to the fountain there. There you will find a water elemental spirit that's more than willing to be very, very patient and kind with you to teach you how to speak to it.
Okay, cool.
For you, it will take quite a while. But after you're able to speak their language, it becomes well worth the effort.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. Thanks for the tip. And I'm serious. Serious. Go to sleep. Go rest.
I would. I will.
Really?
Nope.
Well, your decision.
In the end, it's all about how we justify all our terrible life choices.
Well, I have one question now. I just thought it's. What are you gonna do with the information that I found?
I am going to try to understand Miss Sarah Black, and I am going to try to understand why in the world she ostracized herself.
Hmm.
I believe. I believe, and I hope, and I pray to Unicorn and Gaia that there is something to be salvaged in this entire wreck of a situation.
Yeah.
Or if there is no, or if there's nothing to salvage, then delivery, delivery.
Hmm. Maybe. I don't know. I When I talked to, well, not Sarah, of course, but the other one, Joyce,
Hmm.
they didn't seem like bad people.
They may not be, but they are outsiders, and thus not to be trusted.
Hmm. Fair enough. Well, anything I can do to help you, let me know. Okay?
Keep up with your own investigations, and if I find a particular. Wait. No, just keep on with your particular investigations. Keep coming to me.
Fine. In that case, I'm gonna see if they have actually, if they're willing to make me a quadruple espresso.
I hear there's a fantastic Quick Bucks down the street, or at least that's what all the foremen tell me.
Okay, cool. Why not? I'll try it there.
Alan's going to go ahead and reach over to the quite scalding hot pot of coffee and pour himself another one. The steam goes ahead and rises off, and he looks to you and says, quite simply, "Till next time, Miss Harris."
Sinna. See ya. She'll open the door and she'll step out.
"Hmm, very well. And thus we end our rather rambly, very, very unfocused scene. And it is such the way with dreams, and It is such the way when you have no direction to rightly go. Let us all pray for deliverance. Good night, people.